Hello, my name is Catherine Richardson, and this is my presentation for Z for Zachary Choice Board Project and Presentation. Z for Zachary is a book that takes place in a futuristic, post-apocalyptic world. After the United States is left in shambles after an explosive nuclear worldwide war left the United States inhabitable. Radiation poisoning is the cause of many deaths for those who survived the nuclear bombings, besides one valley, which was left untouched and has no radiation poisoning, known as Burden Valley. Let's meet our characters. Anne Burden, a resourceful young 15-year-old girl who lives in Burden Valley. Her family left in hopes of finding civilization. They left the safety of their valley and went to those towns which were suffering from radiation poisoning. They were met with the same fate, quickly perishing from the same poisoning. Now she's left alone, all by herself, forced to maintain her family's property. John Loomis, a serial abuser scientist, who managed to survive the nuclear war and the radiation poisoning by killing his traveling partner and taking his radiation gear. He's in search of a safe place for him to call home. Anne notices a mysterious smoke coming beyond the valley. It was a campfire. Someone was getting closer. That person was John Loomis. He makes his way to Burden Valley. Anne abandons her home and decides to live in a cave in the mountains. She keeps her distance from him, only for him to get radiation poisoning once entering the valley from attempting to clean himself. Anne decides to help him, nurse him back to health, only for John to turn around and claim ownership of her and the valley. Due to his abuse of power, Anne eventually decides she has to leave. She leaves the safety of her valley and her home behind. She steals John's radiation suit and escapes the valley in hopes of finding a new home. That's how the book ends. For my choice board, I decided to do a movie poster. I was so captivated by the way the book described the valley, a paradise away from the hellscape which was the United States. I drew Anne in her cave, looking below at the valley, her home. In the top left corner, I have a quick summary of the story, as well as people leaving reviews around the cave. My honest opinion on the book. I typically don't like the dystopian genre. I can see how some people may like it. It was entertaining enough for me to read through it without skipping anything. My rating. Although I think the story was good, it's not something I would read in my free time. I decided to give it a 2.5 star rating. Thank you for staying to the end of my presentation.